What's up? Welcome, everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm doing the first ever monthly income report. I'm excited to be doing this. I'm just posting something on my Facebook page right now, and then I'm ready to go. What's up? What's up? Come on in the room to do this, and I am a lot of hella scared while I'm doing it too, because I've never opened up my numbers like this publicly. I always do this with my clients who are in my highest level program and my next level authority mastermind. I'll share with them the ins and outs of what's happening. And I just decided to do something different and to kind of step out and share the behind the scenes of decisions that I'm making and how I'm making the money that I'm making and where's it all going. Because I see all these conversations about, people share their numbers, but they don't share what's profit, what's not, and all of this other kind of stuff. And not that I feel like I need to do any of that, but if I'm going to lead in money and I'm going to be an example of what's possible, this is part of that, right? This is part of that. So let's jump into this. Let me see what I have in my notes about sharing this stuff. So I'm doing May. I'm going to do every month, right? Good, bad, ugly. How I made over $120,000 this May during a pandemic. I'm going to give you my income report. I am going to talk about hiring a CFO because we did that. I haven't had one. So I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about all the things that we did to create this revenue. And then each month, I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. So I have some questions that some people inside of my Facebook group left for me that I'm going to address as well. Another one of the reasons why I decided to do this is one, yes, I'm meant to lead where money is concerned, and I want to show what's possible, but I also want to create this level of transparency. Right? Because there is lots of money when I'm celebrating client wins. I've had clients that have had 100K months during this pandemic, right? People are like, okay, but how, right? And how much of that do they get to keep and all of that stuff. So I want to share all of that. What I also want to share with you is this journey didn't just start. I've been on this journey for a long time, and I'm going to give you some pointers around that. It hasn't always been smooth. It's been filled with happy tears and sad tears and frustration and all kinds of stuff. And so as I share these income reports, I'm publicly going to be living out and sharing my failures as well as my successes, because I believe in failing forward. I am also a fan of a couple of concepts. There's two concepts I'm a fan of that you'll learn if you are just following me. The first one is do it hella scared. Shout out to she's there. I see her name right there. Nikki Bagingo, Nikki Balima Bagingo, hashtag do it hella scared. I am a fan of that. I will do everything with fear in one hand, faith in the other. I will continue to move forward, because not doing so keeps you stuck. I truly believe that exponential results and exponential transformation, people think that it is a long game, but you can transform like that in an instant. And I'm open for that, right? So I'm open to focusing on consistency, but doing the biggest, boldest, most badass, scaredest things that I can do that will actually quantum leap me and accelerate my results forward. I believe that results take courage, not time. Results take courage, not time, which is why you see my clients collapsing their income, which is why you see this happening with me at a breakneck speed as I'm learning these concepts and integrating them into my being. I'm embodying them. The second concept that I'm a fan of is done is better than perfect. So imperfect action trumps perfect inaction any day. You will watch me. I sold $341,000 over a 3-day event. I wish I had the order form out with a 1-page order form. Something went wrong and we needed to move forward. The show must go on, right? So I will model imperfect action because you can always tweak. It doesn't have to be perfect before you step forward. So those are the two concepts that I live by that you will see as I'm doing this. You'll see me making decisions and making mistakes. And I want to share all of that. In the spirit spirit of both of those things, doing it hella scared and being an imperfect action, I want to make a big announcement. First, I want to show you guys something. So the first thing I want to show you is my t-shirt. Hold on. Let me move this. I'm going to move this thing so you can see this. So I'm wearing this shirt that says 40 acres and a mill. I won't say the rest of what it says because my mom might be watching. Basically, you can keep the mule. So, there's a lot going on around race right now. As you can tell, I'm a Black chick. So, back in the Reconstruction era, I think it was Reconstruction. Yeah, we were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule as citizens of the United States. And some of us got it, and most of us did not. And there were millions of slaves at that time. So when we became citizens, we were supposed to get that. So they passed a law, I can't remember which one it was right now, and they took it all back. So those who got it taken away. Some people got to keep theirs, but for the most part, we didn't get to keep it. And a lot of us never got that 40 acres and a mule that would have set us up financially. So I have this gear. I don't know if you could see this. Let me see if I can get it in there. I got my cup, 40 acres and a mill. I want $1 million in my 40 acres of land, not a mule. You can keep the mule. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll share in our Facebook group if you want to know where we got it from. Actually, I can share on this. But I've been rocking this shirt. I'm probably going to get a couple of more because whether I get the mill from the government or not for reparations, that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to create it. That's my point. So I will take the mill any day. So welcome, guys. Come on in. I'm going to share these numbers. Let me see what else I wanted to share with you first. Oh, my announcement. Duh. My announcement. So here's my announcement. So I have done 2 back-to-back consecutive 100K months. Now, what you need to understand is I've been in business for over a decade. While I've had 100K months throughout the year, and I just shared with you that last year in November, I did a multiple 6-figure month, right? I've never done it back to back. And so it's this process that I teach. It's my framework. I'm calling it the level up framework right now. I might change it, but it's this process of consistency and then getting into expansion and transcending anything you've ever done before. It's what I teach my clients how to do, right? And so I'm learning that the reason why I hadn't done a back-to-back 100K month before was because the capacity inside of me needed to expand. So I do 100K and something inside of me, my thermostat would say, okay, that's enough. Going back down to 40, 50, 60, 80, right? You'll be okay and it's safe there. And then eventually I do another 100K month somewhere throughout the year. I wasn't really focusing on the consistency. So in April, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a 100K month. This is going to be a 100K month. And so I did 100K in May, which is what we're going to talk about now. I've also done 100K in June. And so here's the big announcement. I've been stuttering when I say this because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's me focusing on this consistency and expansion. So I made a decision. I'm going to do 100K again. So I'm going for a three-peat. That is my big announcement for today. So I'm going for 3 consecutive 100K months. So cheer me on, guys. Say a prayer, buy some stuff, do all those things to help me get there. So I'm publicly making that announcement. Oh my gosh, I shared it inside of my mastermind, not with my clients, but my masterminds that I'm in. I publicly outed myself because it was like a secret goal that I had. But you got to name a thing to be able to accomplish it. Right. Bissy just said, say it. So that's it. You have to say the thing. So I am going for another 100K month. That would be 3 consecutive 100K months. Why am I doing this? I am creating my new normal. I am creating my new normal. My desire is to make my ceiling the floor. Right? What I used to believe was a crazy ceiling. I want that to be where I started. I want that to be the minimum, right? And I want the same thing for you. So that's it. I think that's it. Yes. Okay. So I want to give one more announcement and then we're going straight to the numbers. So the last announcement I want to give you is I've been doing an incredible training called the 100K month blueprint. And people just love it. And they want me to do it again and again and again. So I decided that I am going to do it again. I'm going to do it again this month. I'm doing it next week. So if you want access to join me for this masterclass, here's the commitment though, right? It's 2 hours. It's next Tuesday It's at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, same time that I normally do this. And it's with me on Zoom. It's not one of those master classes where I just teach at you and you do nothing. I actually open up at the end for Q&A as well. So, and it's open Q&A with all of us seeing each other and talking to each other as if I was training my clients. So if you want access to that 100K Blueprint Masterclass, that is next week, you want to type or shout out Blueprint, right? Type that up, Blueprint, or yeah, let's just do Blueprint. Just say Blueprint or 100K Blueprint. Do that so I know for sure. 100K Blueprint. Type that, and then my team and I will reach out to you. This isn't a bot. It's me. My team and I will reach out to you and make sure you get the secret location because I won't be publicly sharing it. And we'll message you and give you the details in the secret location. Okay, so just type 100K Blueprint and we will make sure that you get that. All right. Numbers. Let's do these numbers. Can you guys see my hair is growing? It's so crazy. So I've been cutting my hair every time it gets long because it gets awkward. But since I haven't been going anywhere, I just let it grow. So I'm like, man, now I'm past that kind of awkward phase. I can actually probably grow a big afro. So I might just let my hair get long. Focus, Shameca. All right. I see lots of blueprints coming in. I'll make sure you guys get the information that you need. What I want to tell you about the blueprint really quickly before we jump into the numbers is this. It's going to trigger you. It's not the same old regurgitated information and content that's out there. It will trigger the parts of you that have been playing small, that have been hiding out, that have been undercharging, sitting on the sidelines and not having your head in the game. It's going to trigger the part of you that knows you're not anywhere near what you're capable of. So if you're down for that, you don't want the warm fuzzies, you want somebody in your face and you want to really start to make decisions at a higher level and stepping into that next level, you want to show up for that. All right, so here are the numbers. Here we go. The numbers. So we did 120,000, I'm looking down at my notes, $120,000 in revenue, $120,393 in revenue. So write that down. You can write it down if you want to. That's what we did in total revenue. So cash collected. This isn't my cash collected for the entire month. This is just out of that $120,000 in revenue. And I'm going to break it down for you so that you can see was $38,000. Okay. So there's a couple of things about this month, what the breakdown is and what we did that's different. If you know me, you know I'm known for higher dollar sales. We did this on my lowest end offer, which is a $2,000 offer. And I'm going to break that down in a second. So $38,000 cash. Recurring revenue that I'm set up for the next year because of this program is $7,000 a month, right? So an additional $7,000 a month in recurring revenue that's going to come in based on payment options and payment plans that we put together for the people who join the program, and expenses. So I'm going to break down this a little bit differently. Actually, I'll start here and then I'll talk about it a little bit later too. So the expenses, this is where people are going, oh my gosh, what's going on? So we have other recurring revenue that's coming in as well, not based on sales, but like my highest level program, I've got people in my mastermind. I do play big 2 to 3 times a year. So there's revenue from those spaces too. And then there are some small upsell offers we have that come in if I go speak somewhere, right? So the expenses, we ran Facebook ads for the first time ever. I've never run Facebook ads before. So I ran Facebook ads for the first time ever. So my expenses for this month were kind of high. So Facebook ads cost us about $6,800 total. That's ad spend including the team that ran them. And I'm going to talk about what we did. Actually, let me go back. So I gave you guys the $38,000 cash, the $7K in revenue. There's 3 things that we did different this month that I haven't done before. So the first one was to run these Facebook ads. Again, it was about $6,800 to run those. And then I did a challenge. So I do a challenge twice a year. It's called the Level Up Challenge. I decided to move it up. We normally do it in June and December because those are the 2 times a year where people swear nobody's buying anything and selling. And so I put people into a container, teach them my methodologies, and every day I have them go make sales and create leads. So because COVID-19 was happening, I decided to move it up to April because I was seeing way too many people saying they couldn't make money right now. And so we moved it from June to April. So that's what we decided to do. So we did this challenge. It was a 4-day challenge. We ran it. The whole entire process probably took me about 10 days to get through the entire thing, because I have a methodology called a sales sprint, which is how I teach challenges. We brought probably 150 to 200 leads into the challenge. 48 people showed up live every day for pretty much everything and watched the videos and participated actively throughout the challenge, doing the challenges. 32 of those people bought. So these sales, this $120,000 was a matter of these 32 people who purchased Supernova Sales School. That's the product that they purchased, which I was going to break that down for you as well. There's 3 levels that people can work with me. It's Sales School, it's Play Big, and it's Next Level Authority, which is a year-long program. Sales School is also a year-long program. And so the level that we focused on this month during the revenue that we brought in May was Sales School. It was Sales School. So it was my $2,000 offer that we used to bring this in. So here's what you got to understand about my business. It costs me about, so when I look at this, my actual expenses for my business are about $8,000 a month to run my business. This month, it brought it up to 14, right? So it cost me $14,000 to run my business this month. And then the third thing that we did that was different is I hired a CFO. And so I want to talk about this portion of it, and then I'm going to answer some of the questions that people sent to me. Hiring a CFO, so a chief financial officer, we normally run our numbers. I keep saying we, it's me and Paula, who is my OBM, my online business manager. She's been with me for 3 years, and I'm so grateful for her because that's when I really started taking off, is when I hired her. So she normally does all the payment processing and all of those things for me and follows up on all of that stuff. But there was an element that was missing. And so this is where you're like really looking and up leveling. My CFO allows me to see and make decisions on how to spend money. So my CFO is looking at what percentage of my revenue is coming from what programs and giving me those reports. When do I make the most sales in those programs and giving me those reports so I can see what I could see from having a CFO or looking at my numbers in this way is that Sales School, Supernova Sales School, is a place where I've been leaving money on the table. It's an easy sale. It's a $2,000 offer. Without Sales School, the lowest level that you can start to work with me is Play Big, which is $10,500, right? It's $10,500 to work inside of Play Big. So having a CFO gives me this clarity of how am I running my business, and do I want to even keep a program or focus on a program, or should I be focusing somewhere else? The other reason why that's super powerful is because what we realize is it's actually really easy to up-level people from Sales School into my other programs, because I can watch their progress. They're growing under my tutelage, as opposed to trying to bring somebody off the street at these higher levels and grow them to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, right? So that was super, super powerful doing that. And most people don't think about it. You just get a tax advisor, or you just go file your taxes. But these reports and really looking at my revenue and how it's coming in allows me to plan marketing, spend more prudently, understanding like where my dollars really are. Do I really have this money? Is it banked money? Is it booked out? And for how far out? Like, where is my projection of my revenue coming from, and how long do I have it? Without that, I wouldn't know. I mean, I kind of know. It was like count your teeth, while you're doing math kind of thing, spreadsheets that we created. But this has really been powerful for my decision making. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys. This is the other thing that I wanted to share with you too. All of my revenue has been done through social media, through Facebook particularly. And I know there's so many people who are like over this platform, and you're on Instagram, and you're on doing this, and you're trying to learn how to do this. If I've learned anything else from this journey of doing this and getting to this level, is this power of one and focus, which I'm going to share a little bit about that with you guys in a second. Actually, I'll just skip it and share it right now. The power of one client, one ideal client, knowing who they are like the back of my hand. If you're my client or my message resonates with you, it's because I know you, right? You're a version of me. I'm a version of you. We're just on a different path and journey. And so really honing that in so that when my messaging goes out, I can kind of cherry pick who is going to come into my program. So the power of one ideal client and one framework, right? I don't have one offer. I have 3 offers. So I want to explain this to you. I have one way that I create results for people. It's my proprietary method. It's my process for getting people from point A to point B, but there's different levels of access to me for that process, which is where you get my programs, my sales school, Play Big, Next Level Authority, right? That changed the game for me. Instead of like, what am I selling this month? What am I launching? What am I doing? It was just crazy, right? So then to streamline and understand that people are walking through my methodology, but it's just a different level of access to me. Short, long, right? Bite size. That's basically what I do. At every level of my program, though, there is access to me. I don't have anything that's just a straight up course, but the simplification of it was just making sure that I'm always, even if people get a VIP day from me, I'm walking them through the same methodology. Change the game. Because I'm not always creating new and new and new. I can pull one thing out of my methodology and create an entire something, masterclass or whatever around that. If you notice, I pretty much say the same things all the time. I've been saying the same things for at least 6 years. And so what I want to share with you is a few things that I have done to get to this point. I won't do this on every income report, but I am going to do an income report at the beginning of the month, every month. So you'll be able to see behind the scenes of what we've done. But I want to share this because I've gotten a lot of questions about how'd you get there and where's the money coming from and all of those things. So again, I have 3 different programs. Sales School is a $2,000 a year investment. Play Big is $10,500 for 90 days. And then I have Next Level Authority Mastermind, which has 2 levels. One level is $30K for the year. The other level is $60K for the year. Okay. So what I want you to understand is I didn't just earn money. Okay. That's the first thing I want you to share. I want to share with you. I've transitioned into continually increasing and sustainable wealth and abundance in my mindset, in my being, and in my bank account. I have transitioned into continually, this is my life, right? A life of increase, a life of what I tell my clients is accelerated overflow, right? I expect miracles every day, and I'm consistently increasing my wealth and abundance. That is my non-negotiable. That is the life that I'm living. And I've taken it to the next level, right? I have money in the bank. I make investments. There's things that I'm doing. Before, I would make money and then spend it all and not really pay attention because I thought there was all these things out there that would help me get to the next level and get to the next level. And before you know it, I was right back at square one, not really working on my inside game and on myself. Okay. What I understand is that energy of increase. You got to learn and understand that. Master this art of receiving and continually expanding yourself. It is uncomfortable, right? Remember, I would do 100K months and then none, 100K months and then none, 100K months, not none, no money, but I wasn't doing back-to-back 100K months, right? And so I had to consistently, consciously decide that 100K months was going to be my new normal. And that's the space that I am in right now. Am I scared? Yeah. So there's stuff coming up, my worthiness issue, my shame issue sitting here with this $120,000 sitting there. It's all coming up for this 3rd month. So I'm like, okay, done deal. Let's keep continually rewriting your subconscious and undoing that stuff and really just expanding and standing in leadership, which is part of the reason why I decided to do this live. Right? I'm going to own it 100%, who I'm being and how I'm expanding and creating that new normal. The next thing I wanted to share with you guys is this. I'm doing all of this with a small audience. You know, there was a post a couple of months ago where somebody was like, they were talking about me and they were saying, oh, she only has like 5,000 people on her Facebook page and all of this stuff. And I'm like, boo, I'm running a $500,000 a year business with that. You don't have to have millions of followers to make money. And we're headed to multi-millions, right? That is where we're going. I'm currently doing 100K months with a small list. My list is under 2,000 people. So all of you people who are like, oh, you have to have 15,000 people on your list to participate in my thing. My people listen to me. They open my emails, they buy. I don't have a lot of fluff on there. I'm doing all this with a small list, with a small following of people who are committed, who want to learn from me, right? And who will buy. So what I want you to understand is I am continually growing my audience, but I don't let the small audience stop me. Some of you are so focused on the growth of the audience first before you sell. You can grow and sell at the same time, and you can do that to the tune of millions. You can do it to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars. So what I understand is this energy of expansion as well, right? So my first is like the energy of consistency. It matters what you're consistent at doing, and to continually grow, right? Or continue to go. But then there's also the energy of expansion, where you are continually growing in your realm of influence. If you have been rolling your revenue goal over and over and over, year after year after year, you are in stagnation. You are not in expansion, right? You might even be in contraction. And so you got to be thinking, what do I need to do to start living in the realm of expansion, where I am continually growing? My capacity is continually growing. My influence is continually growing. My bank account is continually growing. There is a trajectory. You're not going to stay, and then boom. So there has to be some growth happening somewhere, because you grow, and it starts from the inside out. What else did I want to share with you guys? I didn't just show up here yesterday. This misnomer that people are overnight successes, I've been at this thing for a long time. My first event in this coaching and consulting space was in 2010. That was the first time I sat in a room and learned that you can make money online just like this. And while I was in that room, I made money. While he was teaching, and he's still my coach today, while he was teaching, I listened. I implemented what he said. I would go back to my room at night. I want you guys to hear what I'm saying. At the event, I would go back to my room at night, and I would send out emails and do everything he was saying to do. By the time I left that event, I had almost made $4,000, $3,800 over the course of 3 days. I'm a massive implementer, right? I didn't just show up yesterday. I'm not an overnight success. Most people are just finding out about me. That's true, but I'm not an overnight success. And so what I want you to understand is you got to be consistent in this thing. Yeah, it could happen like that. I look at my client, Gabrielle, right now. She hired me 9 months ago. She's been at this too for a while though, right? 9 months ago, she hired me. It might be 10 months now. She's doing multiple six figures this year. Bissy's on this call. She's doing multiple six figures this year. We just looked, she's almost at a year 2 with me, right? So it can happen very quickly. You can collapse time, but don't be discouraged when it doesn't happen that way. Because I've had setback after setback, disappointment after disappointment. I did a 30K month, like, I don't know, 2012, 2014. And then I didn't make money for almost 6 months after that. It was pretty bad. That's how bad my capacity to receive was. I hadn't stretched that muscle yet. So I totally went into sabotage mode. Again, I didn't just bust out onto the internet making unfounded claims at ridiculous prices. Just to give you an idea, Play Big has been around for almost 6 years now. It is $10,500 for 90 days. Play Big, when it started, was 6 months long. Remember, I'm, the master of imperfect action. 6 months long, and the first round of it was $197 a month. I'll wait while you laugh. It's true. 109, because that was my capacity at that time. That's what I believed people would pay me or could pay during that time. So $197 a month. Since then, I've run the program, seen what results people got in that structure, and just tweaked it along the way. So that's what you're going to be doing over time, is tweaking your process along the way. Don't be afraid to go, okay, that didn't work. Let's pull something else in, do it again, do it again, do it again. Right? So you want that consistency of understanding this process. I've done this work now with hundreds of people and gotten results with so many that I know how to do this like the back of my hand. So if you want to transcend anything you've ever done up until this point, you got to show up every day, not just today saying, I want this now, but showing up every day. Okay. I have grown this doggone thing over the past decade my way, right? And what I know from that is I have staying power and I'm not going anywhere. My confidence level is 100. That's what it takes to get there. I already talked about mastering the power of one. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is what you want to get with this capacity thing is this ability to turn your ceiling into the floor. Your ceiling into the floor. Whatever is your max capacity, meaning what you've max earned in a month. Let's just start with a month. What you've maxed earned in a month, you want to intentionally focus on not like, how do I shift it? How do I shift it? But make a declaration and then begin to act in alignment with that declaration and then do it again and do it again and do it again. So we start with consistency, right? We get consistent with showing up. We prove our messages. We prove our concepts. We prove who our ideal client is and that our methodology works, right? We prove all of that stuff. We prove it with consistency and showing up and delivering results to clients. And then you move into expansion realm, which is you continue the consistency, but you do it over and over and over again from a different level, different version, higher version of you. Did you guys catch that? So it's consistency, consistency, consistency. And then as you expand, you're still doing the same thing. See, some of y'all don't want to be bored. Some of you guys want to create the next new thing and the next new thing and the next new thing. Do you know when I hit 6 figures for the first time in a year, it was because my coach challenged me? I'll tell you guys who he is. It's Adam Urbanski. He challenged me to not change anything for 12 months. I ended up doing it for 24 months, right? I learned how to be bored. I learned how to prove my concepts. Yeah, I was bored hearing myself talk. I've been saying the same stuff for years. That's how long it took y'all to start listening. Right? So this consistency. So now I'm doing the same stuff, but from a different version of me, a new level of me. That's where expansion comes in at, right? Expansion comes in there. You guys with me? Expansion comes in there. So you do the same thing over and over again, you get it working like a well-oiled machine, and then you start expanding from the inside out. And as you expand, it's like you blow on anything and it's magic because you're expanding and you're expanding and you're expanding and you're expanding. So what you're expanding to do is look at where you are now and how can I make that my bottom? How can I make that my bottom? And here's what you'll understand. I want you to get this. Some people will look at you and think that you've made it, while others will look at you like you're not even close to being done. You know, I know there are people who look at me now and they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm like, man, I'm looking at tens of millions of dollars, right? I want to be doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, if not millions. Can you tell that I haven't gotten in alignment with the millions of dollars a month? It doesn't seem possible. I'm not there yet, right? I'm still expanding. Right? We want to go from 100K years to 100K months to 100K days on demand, right? That's my level up framework. It's consistency, expansion, and then transcending anything you've ever done before. And you just keep going in this cycle of the realm of consistency, the realm of expansion, the realm of transcending. Okay. The last thing I want to share with you is this. I put my money where my mouth is. I invest, I bet on me all day long. Fear in one hand, courage in the other, right? I bet on me all day long, all day, every day. I'm in 3 programs right now, right? All needed for different reasons. I get different things from each one of my mentors and coaches. I bet on me. And literally in April, I invested in the last 2 at the same time, scared crapless, right? At the same time. And so when I know that I'm meant for more, I'm consistently going, okay, Shameca, how do you need to up level? Even doing the Facebook ads, that was a bet. Let's see what happens. I haven't done it before. I'm at a new level. Let's see how that works out. And so I want you to think about that, right? Are you betting on you? Remember what I said, results don't take time, they take courage, and successful people aren't afraid to fail. When you can learn to turn your fear into fuel, you're going to succeed much faster. You're going to succeed much faster. I can tell right away when people reach out to me to work with me if they're ready or not, based on how their fear shows up. right? If you message me and I shoot you a message about price or something like that, and you kind of run away and you don't respond, I know you're not ready. Even if you acknowledge it and say, you know what, I don't know if I can do that, or no, this isn't for me, then you're likely ready and you're making conscious decisions. Your fear isn't driving you, right? So put your money in your mouth where your mouth is isn't always just about investing in your business, but it's about like, how do you want your clients to bet on you more than you bet on you? If you don't believe you can do it, why should they believe you can do it? Because sales is that energy of trust and commitment. So if you want more people to pay you, if you want to create $800 months, you got to be the leader and be the client that you desire to be. Period. You step into it now. You step into it now. You make decisions from the future version of yourself. Because guess what, honey? Guess what? Guess what, boo? You're already her. I'll let that sink in. You are already her. She resides in your DNA. She is housed inside of you. How do I know? Because the desire is there because she exists. The desire is there because she already exists. You got to own it. You got to step into it. Make decisions from that space. How would I decide this if I was already there? You make decisions from there. Fear in one hand, faith in the other. Fear in one hand, faith in the other. That's how you do it, right? Stay committed to the process and feel your way forward. All right. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. If you want to join me for the blueprint class, I saw a bunch of you guys type 100K blueprint. We're going to come back for that. Also, if you're thinking about, man, I need more of this in my life, I need a community around me. Here's what I want to let you know. Getting to 100K months, trying to do that stuff alone, that's a rookie mistake. It's a rookie mistake. Even trying to get to your first 6-figure year. I used to do it too because I'm smart, right? I have multiple degrees. I have a business degree. I thought, I can Google my way through this thing. Having community around me, including my coaches, my mentors, my colleagues that are in my communities, was like pouring high octane gasoline on my results. It gives me belief, possibility. They mirror back to me my greatness, my badassness, even when sometimes I don't feel it or sense it. And I can see this possibility. If they're on a stage selling millions of dollars, right? Having an 8-figure conversation, and I'm sitting there with them and I don't see them as any different than me. I'm like, why not me? Why not me? Right? You're alone by yourself, and all the possibility you have is the possibility that you've known in the past or what you've created. You got to expand that, right? So if that is you and you know you need high level support, not just training. There's too much training out there. Most of you guys don't need training. You spent tens, if not 20, tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds for some of you, investing and learning how to do all the stuff you learned how to do in your business, including your education. Now it's time to put that stuff to work and start this expansion, right? Start expanding you and implementing that stuff and helping you to transcend fear, helping you to move in the face of fear. If that's you, here's what I'm going to tell you. Actually, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm just going to straight up put this up there. I wasn't going to do this, but I am. If you're not at 100K a month, then the place that you would start with me is sales school. I tell people this all the time. I'm not going to sell sales school to you. I told you it's $2,000 a year. It definitely should be like 10, minimum 5, right? Anybody who's in sales school will tell you that. You can't compare what I put together with anything else that's out there at that investment level. And I did it for a reason. I did that because I knew what it was like to not have the revenue in your business and not have the support that you need to get the results. There was just too much fluff at that level. So there's access to me in sales school, and there's access to my brain trust. There's access to my body of work that I've created over this 10 years that I've been together, and an incredibly badass community that will hold you accountable to your highest level self. It's $2,000 a year. All you have to do is go to WeSlaySales.com. If you want to hit the ground running on your the next half of the year, the next 6 months, and really get serious about creating that consistency. This is for everyone who's not at 6 figures yet. Sales school is where you want to start. If you're at 6 figures and you really are serious about those 100K months, what I want you to do Fear in one hand, faith in the other is message me. Start the conversation. Put your money where your mouth is. I will tell you if it's a fit or not a fit, right? I don't sell any other way. We just talk. We talk about where you are. We talk about what you want to create, what's in the way. And if we feel like it's a fit, then I'll tell you what your options are, right? So send me a direct message. I will personally read them. It's not a social media bot. It's not a bot. It's me. And then we'll just start a conversation. That conversation, you reaching out to me is not like, hey, I'm buying the thing. I just want to see who you are, right? But I know this, if you resonate with my message and I'm pulling you, there's no reason for you not to connect with me, okay? So under 100K, sales school. Above 100K, and you have this deep desire to create 100K months and beyond, right? 100K plus months, then you want to reach out to me, because I am all about creating, or what I'm creating right now is the training and coaching organization that women come to when they want to shift the wealth code for future generations. When you want to change anything that's ever been done in your family so that you're shifting it in the very core of who you are. So that's your floor, right? That's your new normal. That's what I'm about. And I'm taking people on this journey with me to do this thing. All right, guys. So I'm going to take off. It's been fun hanging out with you. Again, I am going to do these once a month. Every month I'll come in. So I'll do another one next month. Just sharing with you what's happening on this journey, the decisions that we made, how we got there, where the money came from, any changes that we made into the structure of marketing, which is going to be fun next month when I show you how we did 6 figures the following month. It's a totally different thing. So I'm going to be popping or busting this bubble in your head about like, it has to be one way. Like, how'd you do it? It has to be one way. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be one way. You just have to be intentional about how you want to create. All right, loves, I'm going to take off. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Mwah. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my show, my channel. Here's what I want you to do. If you really love what you've been listening to, I want you to subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. No, really, leave a comment. Like right now. I'm not gonna stop talking until you leave a comment. Seriously, leave a comment.